Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How is it going? This is Matt the Tomato right here. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to episode 3 of our playthrough here in Prison Architect. We are building a female prison here. We're going for the central cell design, but we're going to build two pathways. We've got the prisoner pathway, and then we got the staff pathway around the outside. We'll eventually have lots of patrols and all sorts running around here. So far, so good, actually. No trouble, which is good. We have one alcoholic and we have one druggie. We are, however, looking at dealing with the druggie here because she is attending the pharmacological treatment program, and hopefully that will help minimize her need for drugs, which would be great. So that would be nice indeed. But we are about to build a big bunch of cells here, which means we are going to be taking on significantly more prisoners, which means more drug addicts, more potentially volatile prisoners, all that jazz. So speaking of, obviously, reputations and whatnot, potential for snitches as well. So we might want to actually look at building a protective custody area at some point. In fact, we might want to do it sooner rather than later, just to cover our asses, to be quite honest. I'm very tempted by the central yard idea, just like one massive yard. Obviously, because we don't have specifically allocated yard time, we don't have to bother so much with like potential overcrowding. Of course, this could get overcrowded very easily, but prisoners won't all go to the yard at the same time because we don't have yard time. So it may well be worth building a massive yard in the middle here. Which could be quite good, but I'm just actually thinking about this protective custody idea and where on earth we actually want to build it. Maybe somewhere at the back. So I'm just thinking, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to actually move the pathway out somewhat to there, so we could actually build some buildings in here that are of decent size. So doing something like this. Yeah, something a little bit like that, maybe. We could, of course, expand this. We can expand this forestry here. Obviously, this is all fenced in, actually, so there's no problem with me deleting this here. Yeah, got no problem with that, because we've already got the door here. This is all sealed in. So this is going to be like a forestry area, and then we'll build some buildings sort of in here. Like that. So I'll move the pathway further out to be able to build some bigger buildings in this area. This looks like a good spot for security. Like a nice security area in there that covers halfway around the path and also covers this bit walking around here. Yeah, I like that idea. So I think we'll probably build a security there. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to use security. Excellent. I'd like to use security as the way through to protect the protected custody. So in order to get to protected custody, you've got to go through security. I feel like that's a good idea. So what I think I'll do is I'll build a block, something like that. It doesn't have to be that big security, but we'll do this. And then we'll just have a protected custody area here. Like, maybe not that big, actually. But what I'll do is I'll have a something like that. So this can be like a yard at the back here. I'd said I wasn't going to do any planning, but yeah, so in here, I think it might need to be a bit bigger than this, but essentially what we could do is we could run a 1, 2, 3, 4, so something like this. So we'll have we'll have 4 cells, okay, for protective custody area. So they're quite big, so we'll provide a lot for them to do. We'll then have, so this can be like a common room out here, so we could build like a, yeah, we could do something like this. We'll have a giant common room here. Actually, we'll maybe build it a little bit like this instead. This could be a common room, so we'll build a few things in here. We'll have a canteen space here. So we'll have sort of places to eat here, and then we'll do a kitchen just off of here like that. No, that's not a very good idea, is it? That doesn't work. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a kitchen off of here like this. So we'll have a kitchen, and then this can be a yard. So we'll just have like a little outdoor area here. That's a good shout. Okay, so we'll do that then. That's going to be fine. Of course, we're taking on 11 prisoners here. These guys have now gone into their cells. So this holding cell is now slightly redundant, but at the same time, I'm going to keep it just for overflow. So we'll keep it there just in case. We could do cell block B. You know what? I'm going to do cell block B, actually. We'll just take cell block B. That's fine. So yeah, let's build this protected custody area then. So obviously this is currently outside of the prison, so we don't have to worry about anything being demolished here and creating gaps. But we will eventually need to when we do this, because there's going to be some problems here. So then the fence, I'll leave a gap there just so that the workers can get in, although they can just walk along here. So we'll do this. This will obviously be a yard. So there's potential for contraband to be thrown in here because this is a yard. This is actually quite, yeah. Yeah, there might be some trouble there. But it is what it is. So yeah, we'll have a yard space there. And then I think we'll run this along here like that. So that's going to be the pathway for the outside. Keep going around there. That will be fine. Could just expand this, actually. Yeah, let's just expand that. So then it's the whole thing here. This will be... Alright, hang on, no. That bit needs to expand. That's going to be a yard, of course. Yeah, so that's actually... No, then. Because that's going to be a yard. So we need to do this, then. Yes, okay, right. So, and then that is going to be hedge there. That would be better. Okay, right. And then the entrance, let's have a large jail door, yellow, for protective custody. And we'll build that there. Good. Okay, right. That's going to take a while because, of course, they've got a long way to go. Also, slightly annoying that they're going all the way around here as well to do that. But, oh, well, it is what it is. That is the fastest way, of course. So that makes sense. Now that these guys are... sorry, these ladies are actually in their cells. They do have the potential to start doing tunneling. So I'm going to search those toilets. Just to make sure. I mean, I think I can see them here, so we should be fine. But they will fake them their presence in the beds here. They will do tunneling. So just a quick search whilst they're asleep, just to make sure that there's nothing crappy going on there. Place is looking fairly clean, which is good. You have lots of needs. Maybe when lockup comes on, I might search that cell. The only thing is, we've only got 5 guards, and we're going to need to hire some more anyway for when this lot turn up. But it is what it is. That is also bad because prisoners can just walk out there. Granted, they're obviously locked up here, but yeah. So escape mode. Obviously, when I plan these prisons, I also think about escape mode. So far, if I was in this cell, it'd be obviously bust through here. So 1, 2. So I could walk through here. So three doors away from getting out at this point. Obviously, they've changed the way that busting through doors work. Because remember, in the original Prison Architect, when it first got released, you used to be able to beat down a door with 1 hit if you were really strong. Obviously, that's really unrealistic. So doors have a lot more hit points now, and you've got to beat them down slowly. And of course, whilst you're beating the door down, guards can come along and they can obviously beat you back. Yeah, they've changed the way that works, but it obviously used to be before that you could just batter down a door in a single hit. And it used to be fun, but yeah, it's obviously very unrealistic. So cool. Okay, right. So 16 prisoners in here. So this would be extremely crammed with 16 prisoners. This is a particularly small canteen, I do have to say. So probably what I'll do is I'll build this bit up to be more cells, and then that would be one block assigned to this canteen, and then we'll have to build something else in and around here. So I'd probably build another canteen over this way or something. We'd have to figure it out because obviously that's going to be quite a lot of prisoners there. So yeah, we'll have to see how we design this and how big we want the yard in the middle to be and whatnot. So yeah, okay, good. Right, this is all successfully built now. Fantastic. There's actually no access to that whatsoever here. So we'll do this. And for now, I can dismantle that. I'm just trying to check to make sure I'm not leaving a gaping hole in the... no, because that's here and it goes around there, so that's fine. Excellent! Okay, right. So we can obviously delete that now. Good stuff. Okay. Right, we need to hire some more guards because we've got these prisoners coming in here. 15 guards should be fine for 16 prisoners. Right. Right, I don't think any of them have babies. No, they don't. Okay, that's good. But I do need to see, I need to get the intelligence here, because I need to see, like, reputations and whatnot. So, we need the chief. This is the stage where we now need the chief. So, there. Filing cabinet. I just realised I didn't build a coat stand in the psychologist's office. That's terrible. Poor psychologist. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to do that. I have nowhere to put your coat. Okay, right, so family, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, family is actually quite a big issue here, and that's primarily because we don't have a visitation. So that'll be why. But there's plenty of phones, so I think we should be okay satisfying the family need for now. It's just, yeah, they're all rushing to the phones at this point. So, and we have an overdose! Can you get in there? She's the drug addict, of course. Sir... Please, can you deal with that? Thank you. I had to instruct him to do that because he was just walking away. Oh shit, you're teaching. Oh, well that's her. That's the issue. Can you please sort her out? She's going to die. Oh my god. I literally had to hire a guard. I had to hire a frickin' doctor just to do that. Because she decided she was too tired. I should have sacked her. Literally, she was dying in the bed next to her, and she walked out and went, nah. Nah. I'm just too overworked for this. Bearing in mind, she's done fuck all since she's been here. She taught 1 hour of drug addiction, and it didn't work because that was the girl who was addicted to drugs. So, you know... Can't be very effective then, can you? I should have definitely sacked her. Why did I not sack her? Ah, for God's sake, I should have just sacked her. Ugh. Useless. Epic failure. Right. Chief. There we go. Right, so we can see the danger level, but equally we can also do deployment now. We can do intelligence. Right. Okay, good. No snitches. Nothing like that. Great stuff. Okay, so I think we could also we have the money, so let's also get the foreman in here. Yeah, so let's get the foreman. So then we can start the forestry. And also hire the gardener as well, which would be very good. So yeah, everyone's out here at the moment. So this is the thing. Obviously, we have free time, but yeah, everybody's out here. So this has the potential to get really cramped, which is why I want a big yard. But yeah, that is obviously a big risk, having lots of people crammed into a yard like that. Now, there are guards kicking around in there. We're going to need to deploy guards. So let's start by doing this then. So 2 guards as a minimum in there at all times. We'll increase it later for sure. So kitchen is staff only, the reception is staff only, so is the staff room. These areas here are all staff only as well, so is the forestry. And that's it, I think, for now. Obviously, we can't deploy these areas because they're not sealed in because we haven't built any doors. And that should be fine. There's nothing else we need to do at this point in time. Good. Any other deployments, though? I think we probably... Not sure. Probably want a patrol outside the family cells as opposed to a... Yeah, we'll have a patrol instead. As opposed to a deployment there, we'll just have a guard patrol. That will be fine. Okay, right. Let's focus back on the protected custody area here. So we put a door in there. We need some hedges here, and then we need to build some walls. So this was going to be the kitchen here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so staff door there. It's quite a big kitchen, actually. I think it's too big for what we need here, but it is what it is. Right. Back to walls. Draw these in here. Whoops. There we go. There we are. Super. Right. Objects. Get a couple of lights. We will put lights in the individual cells here. That's going to be a good idea. We need to pull the electricity across. So, whee! All the way across there. Perfect. I'll probably just run that out there like that as well. And there, just to make sure that they get covered. I'm not entirely... I don't know, actually. Let's see whether that's enough to cover. Might be. We'll try. And then, of course, the water. Now, how do we get the water over here? Well, that's fairly straightforward. Now, the issue, of course, with me doing this now is that is actually very easy to tunnel along and get out now. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this to start with. Yeah, just like that. But we'll leave a gap for now. Because I'm probably going to seal this in a bit further here and make it a bit harder to get out of here. Right, so objects. Let's go with some beds. Probably put the shower and the toilet along there, actually. So, put those there. Right, toilet there. That'll be fine. We want... tell you what, we'll go with a chair. That improves the cell's grade. We want the bookshelf. There, that should be fine. We'll put the bookshelf in. Now, of course, they aren't going to be able to walk over to anything like the chapel, so I think a prayer mat might be a good idea. Do spiritual needs. Is there anything else? Maybe a radio? Yeah, let's go with a radio. That'll do. Okay. That'll be fine. Cool. Okay, right. So now that oh, I need to do rooms first. So kitchen. So one cooker is probably going to be sufficient here, actually. Just trying to think. Yeah, one cooker's probably going to be sufficient. Fridge. Some sort of sink there, and if I can actually bloody search properly, a recycling bin. As I said, this kitchen is way too big for what it actually needed, but it is what it is. So, canteen. So we want a serving table. Now, we can actually do small tables here, so that might be a good idea. So why don't we do... to be fair, I could just do a big one there, couldn't I? Yeah. That's going to be a lot easier. Cool. Okay, so we'll just do that. maximum of 4 prisoners here. And then we'll do a common room in here. So for this, we're going to want... Now, I'm not going to allocate it as a common room just yet, because I think prisoners will desperately try and get over here. So let's do 2 phone booths. We'll do a wide sofa with a TV. And I was hoping maybe to get some sort of like table tennis in here as well. Let's do that, table tennis. That'll do. Good. Okay. And then obviously this is going to be a yard, so we'll just do a couple of weights benches over there, and then the rest of this can just be like outside space, because we've already got the common room. So yeah, just a little bit of outside space. Maybe we'll put some grass out here. That could be something we could do. Yeah, we could definitely do something like that. We're obviously going to want a light out here as well. There we go. Excellent. Right. So, slowly but surely setting up the protected custody there. Of course, the water as well. So, sink here. What did I do with the sink? Oh, yeah, I did do that. Okay. So, sink to there. And then this is just quite easy because I've allocated all of those to be in the same sort of spot. There we go. Perfect. Good. Okay. Right, let's keep them working on that. We are going to do an immediate tunnel search in this entire cell block here. And we're also going to do a search of that toilet down there as well, because you never know. Family cells might dig out. The short-term investment's about to come in. That's nice. And we can hire the foreman here as well. Now, we can have up to 5 foremen here, which is another good change, because you can run multiple workshops in programs if you really want to make some serious cash. So, very, very helpful. Right, we'll pick up the gardener. That completes that grant, which is great. Let's go visitation rights as the next one. I'll probably pick security procedure once the short-term investment comes back as well. And let's get the forestry set up. Let's start at the very least growing some trees and selling the wood. So for that we're going to need some more workmen, but we'll sort that out in a bit. We've got loads of deliveries here, and to be fair, I'm quite tempted to actually. I was very tempted to hire some more workmen there, but actually we are running out of the budget, so. You're about to just get the short-term investment. Fantastic. Let's pick up security procedure. Good. Okay, so lots of shit happening here because, of course, we're building all this stuff. So, yeah, there's definitely enough to... Ow, bollocks. Maybe we just won't allocate it as a yard. How about that? Forgot a yard's got to be 5 by 5. That's poor. Okay. Yeah, 3 guards to patrol routes. Yeah, we've done all that stuff. Good. No prisoners arriving, of course. We're all good here. Still haven't built any solitary cells. That's quite interesting, actually, that I've not built any solitary cells. There hasn't been any trouble, so probably going to be okay. I'm going to deploy a guard permanently in the canteen as well. I think that's a good idea, just in case there's any trouble. I'm also just going to send you in there as well. A couple of extra guards, just in case. Okay, he's obviously walked out, but it is what it is. So we can at least see if there's any trouble, and of course I can then immediately summon these two and put them in if something happens here. But people seem to be fairly okay. There are a number of needs here. Family is actually getting to be quite big. Spirituality is becoming a problem as well, but yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. We do need to get some more prisoners in here. For now, I kind of want to just build this up, to be honest. I want to build a bit more of a yard out here and go from there. So what I want to do is I actually want to relocate this yard. I want to build a different yard over here, bigger, and then build more cells in there. That's what I want to do. Now this is obviously 12. So it would be something like that if I decided to carry on with that structure. So it would be there. So the yard would actually be here. Okay. So if I did this for now, what's cheaper, the fence or the hedge? It doesn't really matter. So if I just made that into the yard, then I could build let's go 6 weights benches over there. Obviously I could just delete all the other stuff first and then save the money, but ultimately we're going to use it all anyway, so it doesn't matter. Phone booths over there. We could do 2 wide sofas, 2 TVs like that. But also what we could do is we could do something like outdoor tables. So let's have an outdoor table over there. Let's have... I was just thinking about maybe creating like a green space. Let's go with some punch bags as well. There we go. That'll be good. So then I'll dismantle all this and we'll just build this up. Right, so what I will do then is rooms, unallocate that, kick everybody out, dismantle all of this. Right, delete all of this, dismantle that. Now all of these items we're going to use anyway, it really doesn't matter, we're going to use these, we're going to build more yards, so it doesn't matter, we will use these and save money later. That's not a problem. Cool. Okay, so also dismantle the door there, we also then want to demolish the hedge there as well. Cool. So eventually we'll have multiple entrances to this yard, we'll probably build different yards, we'll have a few of these. But we will have multiple entrances here, so there'll be more than one way for prisoners to get in. But yeah, so this will be one cell block, essentially. This whole bit here will be one cell block. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Bollocks. Yeah, get back in there. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just make it a bit of a bigger space. We might even lay down some grass. We could build a running track as well. That could be something we could do. And we'll just go from there, really. Also, parole. Yeah, we're going to want to build some parole. Now, I was tempted to build the parole behind the family cells here and have that in there. Which probably, because the parole will need to be the same size anyway, so we could just build a block like there. So we'll have family cells and we'll have parole. That will be fine. We could also build some windows here. So certainly these cells here, we could build some windows. Improves the freedom need and reduces the likelihood of tunnels. Also improves the cell grade, so prisoners are happier. These guys, of course, so we might be able to build some windows here, but these guys here are going to be, obviously, indoor cells because we're going to be building some stuff here. So, sucks to be them. This will be a new cell block here. But, of course, before I build that, I'd rather build the extra canteen as well. I'd rather get that going, and I also need to plan how far the interior path is going to go, probably here, and then we'll build the canteen there. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. Right, utilities, yes, we need to stretch those just a tiny bit further. We're looking okay here, though. Most of this is just about done. Obviously, the water, the only reason for that is, of course, I haven't built this pipe here yet. So we will get that sorted eventually. But I think I'm going to end this episode right here. So thanks for now. Cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Matty Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. Join me next time for more from our Prison Architect playthrough here with the female prison. See you later.